this testis has got some characteristic features. The important characteristic features of the testis are, I am just holding it like this. Whatever I am holding is the spermatic cord, right? Am I correct? Right? So this testis has got few important characteristics which is called as an upper pole, lower pole. That is two poles. Upper pole, lower pole, two borders, anterior border, posterior border, two surfaces. I don't know which surface, but let me say like this initially. Lateral surface and medial surface. So this means that testis has got two poles, upper and lower, two borders, anterior and posterior, and two surfaces, lateral surface and medial surface. Now coming to the upper pole of the testis, which in forceps will do. Coming to the upper pole of the testis, see. Coming to the upper pole of the testis. The upper pole of the testis here, this is the upper pole of the testis, and I can identify it very easily. I can identify it very easily. Why am I identifying it very easily? Because the spermatic cord is at the level of the upper pole, right? So this is the upper pole of the testis. Now, the upper pole of the testis will present the spermatic cord, and also an important structure here. See, important structure here. This one called as the epididymis. This is called as the epididymis of the testis. So the upper pole has got the spermatic cord and also the epididymis, right? Now, I just show you, first of all, I'll show here and then I'll come here. If you just look at this epididymis, this is whole part is nothing but the epididymis up to this level. So you can see this epididymis here, up to this level. So this is called as the head of the epididymis, body of the epididymis, and the tail of the epididymis. This part is the head of the epididymis, body of the epididymis, and this is the tail of the epididymis. From the tail of the epididymis, it will continue as the ductus deferens or the vas deferens, right? Which goes up into the spermatic cord again, right? So this is about the epididymis. So now you know about the upper pole. Coming to the lower pole, already I told you that lower pole of the testis will present the tail of the epididymis. Tail of the epididymis, right? Now coming to the anterior border. The anterior border of the testis is, it faces anteriorly and slightly medial, which means that the testis will not be straight like this. Rather, it will be slightly medial, right? Now coming to the posterior border. Already you know that the posterior border of the testis will present the body and tail of the epididymis along with the vas deferens or the ductus deferens. Am I correct?
Yes.
Correct? Right. Now this is the post. So I am holding it like this. Now this is the posterior border and the anterior border. Now coming to the side determination, which is very, very tough, right? No, it is the easiest one. Always remember, if you take the posterior border, on the lateral surface of the posterior border, what? Lateral surface of the posterior border of the testis, you will be seeing a nice gap between the epididymis and the testis. This is nothing but called as the sinus of the testis or the sinus of the epididymis, right? So this sinus of the testis is seen on the lateral surface of the posterior border. So now I am holding it like this. I am holding it, very good. That's it. I am holding it like this. This is the lateral side and you can see the sinus of the testis. But in contrary to that, the medial side does not present any sinus. No confusion at all, right? Yes. So I am holding it like this. Lateral side, the sinus of testis is there. Anterior border is like this, upper pole, lower pole. So this belongs to the left side. This is how you determine the side of the testis, right? Now, after this testis, now see, this testis is covered by two layers of fascia. The outer layer, which I am holding like this is called as tunica vaginalis. Tunica vaginalis. Now, once I reflect the tunica vaginalis, I can see some shining layer, right? Yes. Shining layer which is tightly adherent to the surface of the testis, called as the tunica albuginea. So the testis is covered by two protective layers, namely the outer tunica vaginalis and the inner tunica albuginea. Now we have completed the gross anatomy of the testis. Now we will go to the spermatic cord. The spermatic cord, you know, it is itself is covered by three layers. Testis was covered by how many layers?
Two layers.
But the spermatic cord is covered by
three layers.
From outside to inside, these three layers are the external spermatic fascia, the cremasteric fascia, and the internal spermatic fascia. The external spermatic fascia is a derivative of the external oblique muscle of the abdomen. The cremasteric fascia along with the strands of cremasteral muscle is a derivative of the internal oblique muscle of the abdomen, while the internal spermatic fascia is a derivative of the fascia transversalis. Right? Apart from this spermatic cord contains, like 6 important structures, right? Those six important structures are, one is what the vas or what ductus deferens.
Ductus deferens.
The second one is the cremasteric artery. The third one is the testicular artery. The fourth one is the artery to the ductus deferens. The fifth one is the pampaniform plexus of veins, and the sixth one is the autonomic nerves. Again, I am repeating. The spermatic cord contains what? The ductus deferens, the cremasteric artery, testicular artery, artery to ductus deferens, pampaniform plexus of veins, and the autonomic nerves. This is all about the testis.